Hello everybody, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and this will be my breakdown for episode 6 of Moon Knight, the season finale. And it was a great season finale, fantastic. The series overall, it was great. I really enjoyed it a lot. Now I think the first episode was excellent, then the other episode was okay, and then the other episodes in between were a little bit off. But the last two episodes 5 and 6, really deliver on this show. They really stick the landing at the end, and that's very important. And I actually enjoy it, and I want to see more of Moon Knight. So let's go to the breakdown. Now, jumping straight into episode 6 of Moon Knight, we open up basically in what we're still considering the real world, with Harold having shot Mark and Steven, leaving him from there, collecting armor and headed off his way to go ahead and free her. Luckily, we seen Lyra is a very capable person. She decides to impersonate one of Harold's men and tugging along, trying to figure out what exactly she can do to stop him, bringing us to the pyramids, where the avatars find out that Mark and Conchu were correct that Harold was resurrecting armor, paying the price with their lives and being able to finally see armor in the flesh. And you know, some people have been really complaining about the visual effects throughout the series of Moon Knight, but I think all of the budget might have gone to armor, because I think she looks really great. But then again, to the conversation that Harold and armor have, and again, this is where armor believes is if your scales are not balanced because you have committed a crime, or you will commit a crime, she will have to punish you. But because Harold was the one to resurrect her, armor was like, nah, I'm not going to get rid of you. And I think that goes against of her beliefs. So she said that I already worked with someone whose scales were balanced, and that didn't work out for me. It's like we're in the final episode and they want to make it the shortest episode of the season, and we don't have time to flesh out and explain these things. Now we cut to Lyra, who finally finds Conchu, and once again Conchu is brought back, and Lyra has a full-on conversation with Conchu, and this is actually something I really enjoy. Now Conchu tweeted Mark that he is no longer in here, so he needs to persuade Lyra into being the next Moon Knight. And even Lyra got upset early in the series when she found out that Mark kind of gave Conchu the answer for her, saying that it wasn't his decision to make, making us wonder, oh, does she want to be Moon Knight? But she make it clear as day, it's like, no, I see the torture you put Matt through. You think I would want to sign up for that? We will stop Amy and Harold, but without being your avatar. So that was kind of interesting here. Now from there we come back to the fields of Ree, where Mark has entered the paradise, but because he's there without Steven, he rejects it. And apparently you can just decide to leave heaven, and that felt a little off and rushed. But I love this moment here between Mark and Steven, where he decides to basically give up heaven and paradise in hopes to somehow resurrect Steven. But it's a little ominous and confusing why doing this can grant them their life back. But bringing us back to Earth, where Conchu and Army are having a face-to-face disagreeing with what exactly her plans are for her. They get into a little battle of the gods going on here, and I got to admit that was pretty cool. And it was only a taste of what we are going to see more in the series, in the episode. Now, but the battle is interrupted once Kanchu feels the life presence of Mark and Steven decide to go to him and figure out what exactly can do to stop Ame. And here's most of their love from this finale, where they actually gave us Mark and Steven working together and switching back and forth in front of our eyes. And I thought that was really cool touch and show just a great progression of the characters, willing to share the body and give each other the voice when needed. It's even here where they strike a deal with Kancho. If they can go ahead and defeat her, Kancho will go ahead and let Steven and Mark go as the Avatar. Here's then where we cut to Lyra. She's still trapped in the pyramid, trying to figure out exactly how to stop Ame, not realizing that Mark and Steven are alive and gathering a plan of their own, bringing us to what I think was one of the biggest surprises of the season finale, is that Lyra gets superpowers and becomes an avatar herself thanks to Tarek. Now, I think it's so badass that Lyra gets power, even where her costume was revealed. I remember saying to myself, "Oh, that looks pretty good," but not as cool as the Moon Knight suit. But then her wings pop out, and I was like, "Oh, never mind. This is badass." And that's a very cool suit, and I'm very happy for Lyra. But then we had a freaking kaiju battling. Now, battle, and that was freaking awesome. The moment Ame started to rise, and oh my god, that they just went like full Power Rangers on her. And then cutting back and forth with Kancho and Ame fighting in our giant style that was awesome, almost as awesome as Mark and Steven working together in the Moon Knight body, something that I was hoping to see in the series. Then just actually going ahead and taking down bad guy after bad guy with so many great moments in between where like Mac has to switch out his costume because a guy is pulling his cape, but Steven's costume has no cape, so that was for him. And Steven's confident building throughout the season and him actually being capable of fighting now, it was so awesome to see and for sure satisfying. This is the stuff I've been waiting to see, and I'm glad they delivered. I thought that even Lyra, the way her fight scenes were going down, they were pretty cool, and I feel they were trying to do kind of a Wonder Woman with her, and it was working for me. I think there's a lot to do, really unique things with her character they could do, and if she decides to keep her powers and start working alongside Moon Knight, it would be perfect. Then they went ahead and Mac have a blackout, and obviously Jake Lockley took over and had everybody down to the ground, basically dead. I can't believe they did that in the finale. Like, how many times are they going to go ahead and do such a thing? A great bloody action sequence. It was fine to do in the first episode, but you're now in the finale doing it, and like, come on, I really want to see Jake fight. Now, Moon Knight defeats Harrow with Mac and Steven having completed the job. Kancho asked for Kancho that he says he's going to let him free, where he wake up into the mental asylum, not necessarily the afterlife, like we saw in the last couple of episodes. This basically should confirm us that Kancho did create this construct for Mark and Steven, just like in the Jeff Lemire run of Moon Knight, so that Kancho can keep tricking Mark and Steven into believing they are actually a crazy person, when nothing like this ever happens in his life and it's all in his head. Thankfully, Mark and Steven realized this, rejecting this reality and waking up into the real world. Now, based on the post-credit scene, looks like Kanchu wants to keep Mark and Steven inside his head in an asylum, so that in the real world, Kanchu can use Jake Lockley to do what he needs to fulfilling other mission. But then again, that's my theory and explanation on it. I could be totally wrong about that. But the series ends the same way it started. And we brought to Harold is now in a mental asylum, having gone through everything, where he was probably talking about gods, alligator, Kanchu. But we see a mysterious figure getting Harold talking in Spanish. So, and wheeling him away into a limo. As soon as you see the reflection of this car, not only you can tell it's Oscar Isaac, but it's Jake Lockley. And I mean, that is the hat basically gives us away, like the outfit is what Jake Lockley wears in the comics. And he's a cab driver now. He's not a taxi driver here, but he's still a driver. And it's Jake Lockley all the way. And I thought it was even more interesting that when he get inside the car, the Kanchu and see Kanchu in his own suit, kind of taking a page of the book of Steven. And I got to admit, boy, it looks pretty fly. But here's where we get the confirmation for something that we already know for some while, that the Jake Lockley is out there, and Kanchu has been aware of him this entire time and has kind of been the backup plan wherever Mac and Steven cannot do a mission, like where Mac couldn't finish Harold. Jake Lockley comes in and shot him point blank, ending his life. I know people are having questions exactly about Jake Lockley. For one, why is he speaking Spanish? Well, Mac Spector is of Jewish descent. We also have to remember his mother was Hispanic. So this is kind of a Hispanic representation within Mac Spector. The Spanish he probably learned growing up with his mother before she went abusing on him, and he's kind of fleshed out into Jake. So that's my breakdown for the season finale, and I got to say, I enjoyed this series so much. It was a great time, and I'm really hoping we get another season. Now I know that Kevin Feige said that we're going to see more of Moon Knight in the MCU, maybe in movies and other TV shows. But I like that his show continues, because it leaves us wanting more, and I really want to explore more of Jake Lockley persona. So those are my thoughts on the season finale of Moon Knight. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, share this video with your friend, consider subscribe to the channel, and like always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.